It's no big deal, Butler. I mean, it's not as though you could have done something crazy like, oh, I don't know, count how many cures came out of your whale. Boy, that almost sounded dirty. After a quick little recap of the last episode, including a bit of Manatsu forgetting how to use her brain properly, we got a good look at the aftermath of the Animator's attack. Everyone in the town and school were passed out, especially this kid. Dude, I don't think that's what they mean when they say go smell the grass. You know, unless you're smelling a different kind of grass. Hell, I'm pretty sure Sanko's mom already smelled some of it. But yeah, with the town totally drained, our heroines quickly went into action, though not before telling Kurun to stay behind. Yeah, unless they do something insane in the next episode, this mascot was kinda pointless, wasn't it? But anyway, our heroines lined up. I almost feel like I should do a JoJo reference here. Oh, I know. Having already been to the witch's lair, Laura managed to direct her teammates where to go while she split off to get the aquapod fixed. Meanwhile, we got some brief, though much appreciated lore building between Cure Oasis. Yeah, for whatever reason, the show still hasn't given this character a name, so I'm just gonna say it, and the witch. Apparently, the former had saved the latter, and that's all we're gonna learn, for now at least. More importantly, Manatsu needed to escape from Monstro, and she didn't even need to light a fire or anything to do so, and in fact, all she had to do was lift up the lips of a whale, which she managed to do no problem.
Barely an inconvenience.
Also, Manatsu's face here looks kinda familiar. Kenu Eno, you and your obsession with thick-ass outlines, but seriously, it's great to have you back near the end of the series, dude. But yeah, I'm guessing because the witch's lair was in the territory of the Grand Ocean, the lipstick acting as a water shield spell applied here, which also kind of retroactively justifies some of the physics breaking stuff in the show so far. I mean, it doesn't explain everything, but take what you can, I guess. Anyway, Manatsu wisely applied some more lipstick just to make sure that she could continue to breathe, and to give herself a little bit of a confidence boost. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that was a thing, right? Anyway, she made her way into the lair to try and negotiate with the big bad of her show to just give back the energy, which, yeah, good luck with that girl. Though, in possibly a bit of a clever parallel, while Manatsu was going to deal with the big evil witch lady, Laura was meeting with the big queen lady who, yeah, wasn't that much more morally upright considering how many dark secrets this lady was hiding. And in a nice subtle bit of interaction, Laura managed to piece together that maybe our queen had some previous experience with the Precure, to the point that maybe she also tried to become one.
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
But yeah, Queenie had tried to fight an evil force who outright just looked like the Emperor of Darkness from Mazinger Z. Now I guess this season did need a few more references to that classic. But yeah, obviously it wasn't the witch, so I wonder who this beady-eyed monster could be. Anyway, she still managed to take away a grill full of motivation energy away from the Emperor, and hid it along with her bracelet, which of course tied kind of nicely back to the previous legends introduced in the series, and also all proved to be for not in the end. Oops. But yeah, with all those kind of heavy exposition dumps out of the way, we also got confirmation that Queenie still had every intention of wiping everyone's memories of Laura away, including the whole city, which very thankfully Laura was against such blatant tyranny. How about new? These final 4 episodes are definitely gonna make or break the series, for me at least. Now, I'll admit, I am kind of getting a little too invested in this one storyline involving the Grand Ocean and its Matrix, but at the same time, it has been one of the most intriguing plot points this whole season, which unfortunately has been rather sparse to say the least. At the very least, I'm just hoping that Queenie doesn't get off scot-free, which seems to be the direction they're going, unfortunately. Maybe my opinion of her will change as we go on and learn more about this whole situation, as it's even suggested that Queen might have had her memories tampered with significantly, but even then, she's still doing something incredibly morally wrong, and she still tried to hide stuff like knowing about Oasis's past with the witch. back with Manatsu, she managed to rather easily guide her way around the witch's lair, mostly thanks to her so-called enemies.
魔女の部屋はどこ?
廊下の先を左に曲がって最初の角を右。
Daddy didn't think that through.
Pretty funny stuff, honestly, though I do wish Manatsu herself had paid attention to Elda's doll from episode 19 here. Maybe they'll do it later, but it still would have been nice to at least get some kind of cute interaction where she would put together who the literal voice behind that doll was. Anyway, all of this was cut off as her friends had managed to bust into the lair and encountered Numeri, who tried to get rid of them. And conveniently enough, she only had Zenzen Yaraneda Ball, meaning that they'd be able to defeat her stethoscope without Laura. Still, they did need Manatsu in order to perform their original group finisher, and geez, that was fast. Yeah, I didn't cut much here. Manatsu just kind of really quickly regrouped with her friends who are ways away from the castle, while she was at least on the second floor. I mean, it's not a big deal in my opinion, but still, it does feel like kind of sloppy storyboarding is all. Anyway, she transformed, and they immediately used the old chicken finisher, which I'll admit I kind of missed, if only because it's a little less insane than the pink elephant. However, there was still the little issue of the whale Yaraneda, which also did kind of justify this fight being kind of underwhelming, as clearly we were going to get an epic battle with one of the last Yaraneda of the series, or Laura would just come in and they just immediately defeated since the motivation energy had already been extracted from it.
That's it?
Yeah, a little unfortunately, we didn't get another good Kenueno fight with either Monster of the Week. I mean, come on, let the guy do his stuff. And I think even Monstro shared in my frustrations.
ありがとう、クジラさん。
Yeah, screw you guys. I'm gonna go eat a few puppets to get this nasty taste out of my mouth. Anyway, with their path cleared, our heroines made their way to the witch and, predictably enough, triggered some memories in her that Butler was trying to keep dormant. He did try to distract her with all the motivation energy they had collected, but Manatsu asked her an important question.
What does God need with a starship?
Now, of course, she asked why she sought immortality, and apparently Laura knew something that we would have to wait until next week to learn about, as Butler revealed the requisite doomsday machine for the climax of the series, the actual Fool's Casket. Yeah, anyone else think that this gourd was the casket at first? Well, anyway, to grant the user immortality, the coffin needed a little more than just a motivation, which, as it turned out, was only going to activate the device to start sucking the life from everyone on the planet.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a sudden twist, especially at the 11th hour of the series, but still, it's a decent means of upping the stakes to the point that even the generals start to turn against their master because, you know, they don't want to die. However, there was probably a reason we hadn't seen Butler's summoning animation yet. Oh no! You, turned him into an inflatable pool toy. Yes, this is not really supposed to be all that threatening. I mean, granted, just the act of him forcibly turning one of his underlings into a one-winged angel is shocking, and those dead eyes are a little creepy, but come on, that face doesn't really work as a torso. No, well, to be continued next week. This was, more so than even the last one, mostly a setup episode, which it did very competently, even if the episode by itself was nothing special. Honestly, going into this one, I wasn't expecting much since most two-parters of any final arc are seldom the best part, so I wasn't at all disappointed, and even saw a few decent twists near the end. That said, I also do kind of wish Monstro wasn't taken down so easily after all that build-up, and everything not involving the lore building was mostly just okay. Still, that lore building and the questions they introduced are what's important, so hopefully we will get some good payoff. While I will admit, this final arc is feeling rather backloaded with this whole episode just being filled with exposition dumps and even more coming next week, I am still mostly interested in all of it. After all, there is a decent intrigue to all of this, mostly thanks to the fact that this finale is tackling some of the most subtly dark themes of the entire franchise. Nothing overly edgy, but still pretty messed up when you think about implications like memory manipulation and, oh yeah, complete genocide. The fact that the former seems to apply to both sides of this conflict adds a very interesting layer that shows that neither are completely in the right. That said, the non-lore stuff in this episode was underwhelming to just okay. The fights seem to be hampered by competing time constraints, and I personally would have appreciated a few more interactions between the protagonist and antagonist, especially as things are winding down. Still, I won't hold it that much against this episode, as again, this is mostly a build-up for something much grander, hopefully. And depending on the answers we get, it's sink or swim time for this series, so let's see how well they can stay afloat. So yeah, something came up earlier today in regards to the next season, and now I have a little extra work tonight. Thank you so much for that, Toy. I mean, I won't show anything here for anyone who doesn't want to be spoiled just yet, but I will leave a link for their refurbished homepage in the description so that you can follow along for my analysis of their website that should be up either later today or early tomorrow. Though, if you want my immediate reactions to the site... If you want more details, well, I'll just say farewell for now, my friends, as I've gotta go make a quick wardrobe change.